Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are in the world. You're here on Radio with your host, Sabrina Salmi, on the Dream Big Show. Today, I'm really excited. I've got two special guests here, Marissa Lewis and little Geordie. I've heard so much about this amazing duo, mother and son. I had goosebumps in the video when you was talking about your journey. You know, it's just invigorating. Can you tell the listeners a bit about your journey, Marissa? And if we could both say hello to both of you. Hi.
Hi, say hi, baby.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having us on your show, Sabrina. We're absolutely so blessed and honored to be here. So look, as the listeners don't probably know, but when we met in Bali, we shared some deep, insightful stories. And for me, I guess in my life, certain challenges and really, obstacles and overcome those. But it's left me with countless life lessons, and with those lessons, I guess one of the biggest ones that I've recently kind of passed through is just understanding when you grow emotionally, and become more sacredly unapologetic about who you are, the world adjusts. And for me, I guess my biggest why right now is just that I want to serve, and come from that place of truth and authenticity, that I can hold space for people to heal and grow into the amazing beings that they already are. And that's really where the passion for my whole brand developed, of encouraging a from struggle to strength mindset, and really encouraging people to own their story and find that self-acceptance.
Wow. Listeners, I'm really touched with Marissa, purely one of the reasons because of your why. I'm a mum as well, so that touched me really deeply. But I love the fact of you saying to own your story, from struggle to strength, if we choose it. And I just, you talk to us a bit more about your book. I love the title. The title's phenomenal.
Yeah, so thank you. I obviously have faced a lot of struggles in my personal journey. And, because of my personal beliefs, I know that whatever I'm going through, there are other humans going through the same thing. And, when you actually listen, when you ask someone, how are you, and you truly take that time to listen, you hear the struggles when you really ask the right questions. And it's part of life. And it's finding that acceptance, that self-acceptance, that we will face struggles, especially when we're trying to develop growth in our life in some areas. And so, how do you take that struggle, whatever that trauma or pain is, and how do you transform that into a way that it can serve you and help you to grow and really step more into your soul purpose? And that is finding strength, right, through the struggle. So that's really where that came from. And it's titled From Struggle to Strength, From Struggle to Strength, 7 Unconventional Ways to Transform, because they were the unconventional ways that I just figured out through my experience.
I love that. That's not a question I was going to ask. I like the fact that you said unconventional ways. So if someone's at home listening and they're going, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, what are these unconventional ways that you've stumbled upon?
So for me,
the book.
What was that? Sorry, can you stop moving that? Sorry, what was that?
Give us a taster. They can read the rest in the book. So just give us an idea of what.
So basically, the concept of the book is owning your story, because when you can stand really in your truth and say, yes, I made these decisions, yes, I've gone through this experience, but it is just an experience. And yes, maybe at the time I got caught up in a story that I judged myself, and I had, like self-doubt, and it's all about transforming that self-loathing into self-love, and transforming that self-doubt into self-courage. And so it's just that little bit of a shift. And for me personally, it's really doesn't matter how old you are. It really doesn't. You absolutely are not defined by your past. And I feel like too many people get stuck in their story because they've created the limitations on themselves through again, that judgment of themselves, where, there's a lot of judgment that's external, but, it's absolutely, from I absolutely was sitting in the I wasn't good enough, or I wasn't worthy enough, or I made some really hard, bad decisions, you know. So there's, in the book, there's really, it's an easy to follow self-help book, and there's some really great concepts and strategies and methods that anyone can pick up that book and turn to any of the chapters that I've created and really get some value from. But I think that's the biggest thing, is I've always told people who want to go far in life, they require a positive mindset. I personally believe success is 100% your mindset. And, you know, you have the power to make that change in an instant. But of course, there's some follow through that you have to apply, as well as making the choice. And that is taking that aligned action. It is getting into a powerful environment. It is getting around people who support you to have that transformation, whatever that looks like.
I think it would be a good time to, you know, how can people get hold of the book? Is it on Amazon? I've got your website.
No, I haven't actually. I made a decision when I did this first book. I just really wanted to add value at the time. So it's actually a free ebook that anyone can download if they go to my website, which is just www.marissalewis.com.
Excellent. So, listeners, have you heard that? And it's a free download, and you know, there's heaps and bounds of practical tools, advice that you can have in there. I don't want to ignore Geordie. You're sitting there so calm and so patient. Absolutely amazing. A little star. Geordie, I was speaking to your mother. Oh, sorry. Has it come out? Just hold it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was speaking to your mother in the villa, and your mother shared with me what her why was. She was talking to me about her why. Not only was she talking about you, she shared with me a video where you was live streaming with your mum. And when she said that you and her are partners, you gazed up at her, and I had goosebumps all over my body, and we were just like in the villa screaming. It was just magical. So I just wanted to thank you and honour you for being a part of this magic and encouraging your mother to go forward. You're such an amazing young man, and you've got an amazing mother as a guide. And over here in the UK, and actually internationally, the Radio Works platform, we have something called Make the News, and we have this big red carpet event, and we invite families to come along. So parents of their children come in and make the news just for the purpose of the listeners, and be back again in October. I do what I do for my children, so I totally resonate with does, Geordie. So I just didn't want to ignore you. I just wanted to thank you, and thank you so much for being here and listening.
Okay, thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you, Sabrina.
You want to say anything? Would you like to say something?
Would you like to say anything, sweetie, to the listeners? Do you have a big dream?
Well, I do. I want to become a millionaire.
And why would you want to be a millionaire?
Well, half of it is so I can give some of it to the poor. And the rest of it is, I don't know, because, I don't know, the rest of it is.
So you want to give $500,000 to people who need help? Yeah. Okay, that's a really beautiful thing to say.
Very beautiful thing to say.
You'll figure out where the rest of it goes.
Tell me about it. Geordie, my children have published a book, Lachey and Trey Sean, and I'm going to speak to your mummy. I'm going to get you a signed copy sent out. Is that okay?
Pardon?
Can I get you a signed copy of my children's book to see if you can get some inspiration from that as well?
Okay.
Yes, I'll ask your mummy after. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
That was amazing. Marissa, talk to the listeners about your big dream. What's your big vision? Like, I understand, I understand we heal and then we help. But, we all have different dreams. Where are you headed? Yeah. What are you trying to impact the world with?
So for me, my big dream is to impact 100 million lives. And that's my big scary vision. But I really want to do that through creating space in any form, that could be through radio, it could be through a person, it could be through an event, it could be through speaking, it could be through a recording. But, I just want to be able to create that space to give others opportunity to heal. And, because my belief is that we're already whole and that we're already you know, have that light, that bright light, and that soul purpose. It's just about remembering. It's about peeling back the layers. It's about remembering our greatness and our full potential. So, you know, that is it. It's just to help men and women heal. I mean, I tend to create, like when I'm running workshops, I'd never just say I want women, but I seem to just call in the women who are really in that desperate place to just break out of their negative limitations and, you know, really own their story. And I find when they find that self-acceptance, the rest follows. So, you know, that's really my big vision, is just to always, every time my feet hit the ground, obviously I have this beautiful child that I'm guiding through life, who I already believe has been here well and truly before me. But, you know, it does go beyond him. And it was a really beautiful shift that I had when I realized that it was okay to have a vision beyond my own son, you know, and I gave myself that permission, that yes, I've been blessed by God to have a son, and to be able to, like I said, be his guide through this life. And influence and lead him to make, you know, hopefully great decisions that allow him to live into his fulfillment and his potential. But then, you know, when I allowed myself to use the imagination I've been gifted with, and how did that look? It did look like massive impact and influence and, you know, healing the world and the planet. Like that really is my core vision.
Beautiful. Got a couple of messages here actually. Uma has said, good evening. Thank you. Hi, good evening to you.
Good evening, Uma.
We've got Cheryl Chapman on here as well. She says, good evening, ladies and young man. It's so interesting that you said what you said, and then Cheryl popped up. Cheryl Chapman's my mentor, coach, friend, and she's a surrogate auntie to my children. And
gorgeous.
When you talk about having a vision around your children, that just goes so deep with me, and I think it's such a beautiful message to ripple out to women, to give women permission to live for themselves. So Cheryl Chapman, remember that when I met her, I was doing everything for my children. I've got 5 kids, and, you know, as women, we feel that we're obligated to have our children in every aspect of our lives. And he really taught me that actually by following my dream, I am incorporating them, because by living for me, I can live a better version. So I think that is so beautiful. As much as we love them and I'm ready to die for them, actually, what if we're ready to live for ourselves and live for our children?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I see it every day. So many women sacrificing everything that feels in alignment for them. And again, it's about defining what is self-care and what is selfish, you know, and it's a big deal for me, and it's one of the workshops that I run, is really helping women to establish that boundary and feel okay when they don't want to do something, or you know, when I ask them, you know, what would you honestly do if money was no object, and you know, it's so interesting how most humans don't even know, because they've created so many limitations from adolescence, you know, based on their environments, teachers, their own experiences. And yeah, it is something that I'm always so like, no, but you need to give yourself the permission. I mean, if it involves the children, fantastic. We know you love your children, but you have to be in your truth, and you have to stay in alignment with that truth. Otherwise, you'll be out of alignment and you won't be stepping into that soul purpose, you know? So that for me was huge when I did give myself permission to say, you know what, I do want to travel with my friends occasionally. I do... and see this vision come to life and bring it into fruition. And it's a given that I see him next to me doing so as well, you know, but as he develops into his own lane, you know, who knows where that's going to take him. It's so exciting, because living in possibility brings so much, you know, creativity and love and grounding. And that's really what the message I really want to put out there to not just him, but to everybody, you know, just stay in your own truth and be okay with what feels good, and make decisions based on what feels good for you and what aligns with your soul.
Beautiful. I love that. Cheryl Chapman's just said, love that. Live for yourself and guide your children. That is absolutely beautiful. Do you have a Twitter account or any Facebook groups, anything like that people can kind of
Absolutely. So I actually have a free Facebook group. It's called From Struggle to Strength Mindset. So it is a group. There's 500 members in there at the moment, which I'm so excited and blessed to have that tribe. Thank you. Yeah, I started it only 12 months ago, so it has had potentially wonderful growth. And it is a page where I welcome people to post as well. Not many do. I think they just love to sit and wait for the insight that comes through me, which is great and exciting. And then that generally links back to my own Facebook. But yes, I have Twitter. It's Marissa_Lewis_coach, and the same with Instagram. So yeah, would love if you would like to come and join me and my little man and my tribe for some powerful insight. And it's all around wellness. It's not just mindset. It's food, it's nutrition, it's fitness, it's excitement, it's blogging, it's fun, it's playful. So it's a combination.
Well, the show's called Big. If I didn't ask you the question, if there's someone listening, be that an individual, an organisation,
like
to just connect with, and how can
Sorry,
it's okay. I can repeat that.
I just lost you.
Should I repeat that again?
Yes, please do.
Sure. And so on the Dream Big show, every guest that comes on, I ask them, if there's a listener or an who would you like to connect with, and how can they help you with your big vision?
Oh, wow. I love this question. There's so many mentors and people that I've found inspiration through. I'm so open to anybody who's really walking their walk in terms of creating more conscious awareness. And Maria Forello is one of my favorite mentors. I would love to meet her. Like, she's been such a huge inspiration for me through my journey. What was that?
Hear the name, please.
Maria Forello? Folio?
Action just went out again. Just say it again.
Maria Folio.
Ooh, so Maria Folio.
Yeah, she's an incredible transformation coach. She's been 20 years as a coach. She started at 21. Her story, she runs a TV show, but it's all for everyone she brings into her shows are very successful entrepreneurs. And, I watch her live shows all the time. But she's absolutely somebody who's just totally taken over my heart. And I want to, they say when you want to be successful, find the people that have done it before. Find the people that vibe with you and your soul. She's my girl. Like, I would love to meet her. So if she ever hears this, I love you, Maria. And I really want to meet you.
Oh, wow. So listeners, this is the Dream Big show. And if you know someone that no way of connecting, put this video in front of her. Let's see if we can make some magic happen.
Yay. That would be amazing.
I love I would. Is that
message, you? I just keep losing you a little bit. I'm just sorry. You're in and out. Is that
the fact that we're connected from London, New Zealand? I'm so happy so we can do
it.
A message from your heart to the listeners. I'd love you to take them out, and then I can say bye and thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. So, my message would always be, when things feel like they're just too much, when the struggle feels so real for you, just place your hand on your heart and listen for that beat, because that right there is a miracle in itself. And for me, it's all about changing your state of mind in order to change your mindset. So when you can feel the gratitude of life, and that is starting with that beat and that breath, you can raise your vibration, which will raise your results. So just know that any decision you've made to this moment, it doesn't matter. It actually is history. So be present, give yourself permission to feel love and for yourself, and know that once you get yourself into that place of truly honoring who you are, and that your birthright is to, receive love and abundance, then then take the aligned action you need to take to make yourself, or give yourself, the right tools to transform out of that struggle, and know that, the person you most admire, you have everything that they have.
To speak after that. Wow. Thank you so much. You got me tearing up as well. Like, that's so beautiful. Listeners, I really hope this video will be available for replay, so on your own, and share the message. And at the end of the day, the moment we choose to be our true selves, we can vibrate and become the true people.
Absolutely.
Jordan, thank you so much for joining us on the show. I'm just really touched. I am like a kid at the moment, being so excited to meet you. So thank you so much for joining us. I love your. So, would you?
Okay, bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Sending you lots of love and light.
You take good care of yourself. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day today, okay?
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Bye.
Thank you so much. It has been an absolute honor to just be with you and all the listeners.
I don't get to say bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Sabrina.
Ciao. Lots of love. Talk soon.